Hey folks, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Jorge Nito here. Welcome back. Today I want to make a quick video that's about opening a deck of cards. It's pretty simple, straightforward, and it's very important to me and really to anybody who does card magic, who is always handling and dealing with a lot of cards, whether you're buying them, storing them, keeping them, using them. This is going to come in handy, and I'm going to explain the logic behind that. And so just came back from Walgreens, picked up a pack of, I'm guessing, these new dragon, they're not the dragon backs, they're the bicycle dragon. But anyway, it's just, I think it's like a $4 deck of cards. And so the reason why this is important is because so often they'll just tear the cellophane completely off of the deck of cards, but what they don't realize is you're actually damaging your potential of what you could do by preserving the cellophane around the deck of cards. But let's just get right into it. So with any deck of cards, you're going to see a little pull tab. It's like a small plastic strip that you just go around the deck of cards, just like that. Now here's where it's important. People like to take the whole cellophane off, but when you pull that strip, it makes it to where you could just remove the top part and still keep the bottom cellophane. It's important to keep that because maybe you have a gaff card that you want to use with this deck. We'll just use this as an example. You could save your gaff cards in there like that, and that'll keep them preserved, right? It'll also help preserve the life of the tuck case itself. And if you're like me, I try to do tricks where I employ the use of the cellophane. If you're not aware, I have a video that I published where it's a card to impossible location. That's the type of ploy, but it's a card to cellophane. Spectator selects a card. The deck goes inside the box. The deck comes out. Show the box is empty. Go through the cards. Their card's not there. Turn over the empty box, and you peel out their card from underneath the cellophane. I'll actually link that video in the description if you're curious about that. But there are all kind of tricks and stuff that you can actually employ the cellophane. And so it's just a very natural thing to just leave the cellophane on the box. After you tear the top part off, some people will take the sticker. You could do a couple things. People will just tear it right off. There's a way where you can kind of like push it a certain way and get it to pop open. I carry a pocket knife with me. You can use any kind of knife, scissors, but you're just getting right in there like so, in between the box and the lid, and you're just cutting the sticker that way. So that right there is the end result. And you might think, well, there's a little thumb tab underneath this, so that can stick to that sometimes, right? And it can make it hard to open. But if you just give it a little bit of a squeeze, it'll cause it to bow out to where you can get your finger or thumb in there and actually just, you know, pop the lid right out, or the tuck flap. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it, but I do want to say one more thing about a new deck of cards. With decks of cards, you're going to get a couple of add cards. Sometimes you might get a double backer, sometimes you might get a gaff card, but people tend to throw, these are the two add cards with this deck. People tend to just throw these away, and I would encourage you to just save them. I actually have a pile of add cards right here, and the reason for that is, especially if you're first starting out learning cardistry, instead of using your new deck and getting it all bent up and dirty and stuff, you could take all these ad cards that you have saved. You can see I just have different ones. You can band them up into these little packets, and you can use them to practice packet cuts or little cardistry moves. But you can also, I do a lot of little single card flourishes where I just use, or even card throws, card tosses. And so I will just practice these new moves and stuff like that with the actual ad cards. And once I feel comfortable, you know, that wasn't very good. Once I feel comfortable with the move, you know, then I can feel free to use the actual card in the deck itself, right? So I save the ad cards, like I said, because I'm trying to preserve the life of the actual deck of cards itself. I'm someone who, I try to be a good steward of the things I have. You know, we all have somewhat limited means of finances, and so I want to take care of my possessions. And by preserving the cellophane on the box, not only do you preserve the actual tuck box itself from damage, but like I said, you can use it for cool tricks. You could do like you could do all kind of tricks with this. And if you search online, you'll be able to find some. I'll link my video, like I said, in the description. But also, if you have a gaff card, if you have a couple gaffs that go with a certain deck, it makes so much sense to keep them separate from the deck. And you can just store them right there in the cellophane. And whenever they're ready to be used, you know right where it's at. And so, alright guys, that's my thoughts. Very simple, very straightforward. It's important how you open your deck of cards. To me it is. I hope it will be to you too. Thanks for stopping by. See you again next time. God bless.